If you've ever wanted to make your viewer feel the scene, not just see it, this lens is your new best friend. Today we're breaking down how to shoot bold, immersive adventure photography using the 16-35 wide-angle lens. In my last video, I talked about how I'm not sure if I could choose my favorite lens. I wouldn't want to have to. But if you want to twist my arm, you want to make me choose, I'm being a wimp if I can't just make a choice already, take a stand, Brenda. Okay, fine. I think the 16-35 is my favorite lens. Wide angles capture the scale of the scene, but they also let you tell the full story of being there. Every step, every breath, every awestruck moment. That's what I love about this lens. It helps me share what it felt like to be out there. Now, the people pleaser in me hates taking a stand. Just because it's right for me doesn't mean it's right for you. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite lens if you had to pick? But more importantly, I'd love to know why you love it. In this video, we'll talk about why I love the 16-35. I'll give you some composition tips to get you started, when to zoom, and stick around for some general tips on adventure photography. I'm Brenda Bergerine, and I'm here to give you practical photography advice to help you learn, create, and elevate. Hit subscribe if you want to push your photography further, and check out our favorite gear in the description to support the channel while grabbing something great. If you stumbled upon this video because you have some great adventures coming up this summer, make sure you head down to the link in the description for the shop where you can get our ultimate travel photography guide. It'll help you save time, save money, and get advice on how to take great adventure and travel photos without having to watch all my YouTube videos. You'll be able to download the guide, take it with you wherever you're going. First up, why the 16-35? Because when you're surrounded by epic landscapes, you need a lens that captures the scale, the motion, and the energy. It goes back to how I fell in love with photography, which sort of happened while I was falling in love with Mark. This guy was born a photographer, photographing wildflowers on nature hikes as a little kid. He's more comfortable with a camera in his hand than without it. Whenever he used to disappear on trips with friends and people would be concerned about waiting for him, I'd just say, don't worry about it. I'm sure he just stopped to take photos and he'll catch up soon. Anyway, Mark eventually taught me how to shoot, and some of my best memories are being on backcountry trips in epic wild places, capturing the beauty of a sunset. It was a challenge to try to capture how nature and how adventures made me feel, and so much of that was done with this lens. The 16-35 lens is the best for that because wide angles like this are perfect for emphasizing foreground elements, creating a sense of depth, and making small subjects feel huge in context. And that zoom range gives you flexibility without changing lenses mid-adventure. You can get the ultra wide with the 16 or the more storytelling that I talked about in my last video with the 35. So here's how to compose with this lens. You're gonna wanna find foreground. Crouch down and bring in the foreground. Rocks, trails, textures, puddles, whatever's there. If getting low isn't working, get high, but angle your lens to capture something in the foreground. I always picture Ansel Adams photos with big rocks in the foreground. That helps give the scale of the background. So maybe study some Ansel Adams. Lead with lines. Look for natural lines, rivers, roads, ridge lines. Use them to pull the viewer into the frame. With wide angles, it helps to have an anchor so that we don't get lost in the scene. Frame within a frame or shoot through objects. Use natural elements like trees, rocks, cave openings to frame your subject and draw attention. Use grass, branches, tents, or even backpacks in the foreground to add depth and context. Use negative space intentionally. Don't just cram everything in. Let the openness speak to the scale of the scene. Even though you can capture everything, doesn't mean you should. Choose what's included and what's excluded. And keep an eye on distortion. At 16 millimeters, things warp fast. Keep people and horizons away from the frame edges unless you want that look. Place your subject. If landscape photography comes more naturally to you, think of a landscape photo you'd like to take and then picture where in the scene your adventure subject should go. If storytelling photos come more naturally to you, place the subject where it feels right and then move yourself to get the landscape in the right place behind them. Use movement. Adventure is about action, so how can you show movement in the scene? Experiment with perspective. Tilt the camera up or down slightly. Wide angles can create dramatic skies or draw the eye downward towards the trail and textures. Balance the frame. Don't let the wide space overpower your subject. Use visual weight to create balance between the elements. And remember the light. Beautiful light can make or break a photo. Get up early for sunrise or stick around for sunset. Think about light and use it in your composition. So let's talk about when to zoom. Use the 35mm end when you want a more natural perspective, or you're highlighting your subject like a climber or hiker. Use it when you need to reduce background clutter for busy scenes. Use the 16 when you want to exaggerate the scale, when you're in a tight space like inside a tent or a van, or when you need to fit everything into the shot. You're trying to get to the top of a cliff or the expanse of the sunset. Let's talk about some tips for adventure conditions. Number one is to stay light. 16-35 lets you do more with less. No need for extra primes or swapping lenses while hanging from a cliff. Number two is to go handheld. The wide focal length is forgiving with motion, so it's great for fast-moving scenes. Number three is to embrace movement. Shoot with dynamic elements, dust, wind, water spray. This lens exaggerates motion in a powerful way. And number four, get close. This lens shines when you're physically close to your subject. Don't just zoom, move in close. So if you want your photos to feel like you're inside of the adventure, not just watching from a distance, the 16-35 is a game changer. You can get low, move close, tell a story with scale. The 16-35 invites wonder. It reminds me that awe isn't in the subject, it's in how we see. It stretches our vision, and with it, our understanding of what's possible. What's something in your life you could look at more widely today? Drop your favorite wide-angle tip in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical gear and shooting advice. Up next, check out more from our How to Shoot series. I'll see you over there.